goes around the world. It goes around the world. It goes around the world.
And so I invite you just to simply turn within with me using our breath, allowing for our energy and vibration of good to indeed echo around the world. And so I know that this power and the presence and the love of God that's everywhere present, it's here and now in this place, it's in this space, it's in me, it's in you. From this place of unity and oneness, allness and wholeness, I speak a word of blessing for the service. I know that this service unfolds with ease and grace and a sense of joy and playfulness, knowing that our speaker is blessed, that Dr. Ruth is the mouthpiece for the divine this day, and so that we each have an opportunity to be transformed, to heal, to reveal a greater knowing about ourselves from the message that we receive this day, not only in the word of Dr. Ruth, but in the songs that are sung so beautifully by Reverend Deanna and Becky. I bless all of our congregation, whether they're here or not here. I bless each person who's watching online and remotely. And I bless our board, our practitioner corps, and everyone who's of service here. Derek, who makes sure that we have sound. We thank him for his unwavering service to our center. I know that everything is good. It's a whirlwind of good. I invite you to see that, know that with me, and together we say, so it is. Okay. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I have a reading. Dr. Ruth, your talk today, I know it's called The Avenue Called Good, right? And so I went into the Science of Mind text, and I found a couple of places that I thought might work. Let's see how they do. On page 39, there's a section in The Way It Works called Good Only, Not Good, and Evil. The gardener goes forth in faith to sow his seeds. He has learned that as he sows, so shall he reap, that the law works for all alike. We must accustom ourselves to the concept of the impersonalness of the law, the availability of the law and the mechanical accuracy of the law. If we can conceive only a little good, that is as much as we can experience. We must instill into the mind the fundamental proposition that good is without bounds. Only good and loving kindness shall follow me all the days of my life. That's Psalms 23. We must get this concept rather than continuing to think there is a power of evil as opposed to the power of good. We experience good and evil because we perceive a presence of duality rather than unity. Then knowing that the thing can work for us only through us, let us begin to accept today more good than we experienced yesterday, and to know that we shall reap a harvest of fulfilled desires. The time must come when we shall have left the apparent evil behind, when it shall be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things which were once thought to be. Let us realize and work with the sound knowledge and perfect faith that as high as we shall make our mark in mind and spirit, so high shall be its outward manifestation in our material world.
That was awesome. The song is called My Epiphany. I wake up in the morning, possibilities in my head. Do I focus on the worst or see a brighter day instead? Brighter angels and brighter dreams and the brightest of all the songs to into life each moment, only what we dare to dream. 1,000 conversations in a world that's first unseen, with those brighter angels and brighter dreams and the promise of what the light will bring. We play a part that's so much bigger than we believe, with those brighter angels and brighter dreams and a world that runs on synchronicity. We receive all the guidance we could need. What an epiphany. Thank you. And now a wonderful lady who has been a good example to us on walking our walk, Dr. Ruth.
I didn't let your breath grow, she made it. Thank you. Well, there was a time when I could just dash up the steps. And that time has passed. And I appreciate the help that I get and the support. So my title is The Avenue Called Good. And when you go to plan a trip, vacation or whatever it is, the best, you pick out the best route, the fastest route, the shortest route, the smartest route, and hopefully, and within Southern California, there's another criteria. You hope there's no construction going on. Californians are, well, we're a strange lot, as somebody asked. And they said, you ask a Californian, how far is it to wherever I want to go? And they'll say, oh, about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
Or 1.5 hours if it's near 3 to 4 p.m. What on earth do they mean? We know perfect sense. So 3 or 4 p.m. is taken, the means the road is pretty much occupied and used up. But it isn't a usual concept, not a physical highway that I'm talking about, but a mental road, an avenue, and it can be a true freeway if done correctly, like a toll road. And Ernest Holmes talked about that. And he said it's a mental and spiritual coin. So that's what we're going to consider today, the avenue that we call good. And that avenue is the way we provide for our limitless good. And I mean limitless good. So we're learning today how to do that. Whee! Dr. Holmes said treatment is not willing things to happen. It is to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. That's a process that we do and give for ourselves. And I'm going to read it again. Treatment, which is a process that we use for healing. Treatment is not willing things to happen. It is to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. So you see, it's a mental process. And the individual goes to reach that point of knowing or believing that our desired experience can happen for us. If you've ever taken foundation class, of course I don't know what classes are offered now, but you know one with and as God. Therefore, we are created, this is important, we are created to have good. Also, we understand that the God power backs up the point that we are clearing and thinking about, and our desires and our claims, when it reaches our mind, the avenue is created, providing a way for good to come to us. It takes place within our mind. Years ago, I remember seeing a t-shirt, and it said, "Work under construction. God's not finished with me yet." And when I first read that, I thought, that's pretty clever. And then I realized it was a lie. Why is it a lie? Because we are already complete. But, there's that but, we must discover that for ourselves. See, that's the truth about us. And you could discover it for you, but you can't discover it for me. It's a self-process, something I have to do for myself. Therefore, that means, you've got to do it for yourself. I'll talk about how to do it. And that is the work that's involved. The only work that is under construction is our belief. A gift, and we are left alone to find the truth. I didn't say abandoned. I said left alone to find the truth, because we have teachers, and we have writings, and we have classes, and we have groups, and we have church services, plus the divine nature within each one of us, which already knows the truth about ourselves, and it's just yelling at us, wake up, for heaven's sakes, listen to me. We learn to listen, to hear, to trust, and to accept. The attitude of life, or God, is no one is condemned. Now, a lot of us were raised differently, but I want us to understand we are always acceptable, but we violate the rule. We take the wrong avenue. Dr. Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind, self-condemnation is always destructive and should never be indulged in by anyone. It is always a mistake. So my claim for you is get off it and remember the truth about yourself. You are already complete. The road work, your perfection, is created and done, and it's up to you, up to every one of us, to remove the barriers so we can come once again the avenue called good. How? Well, how do I do that? Simple. Accept the truth about yourself. I am good.
Yes.
Let's make it even stronger. I am wonderful.
I am
wonderful. Hooray, you're a good student. So we remove the barriers that have stood in our way and prevented us from getting to the truth. So accept the truth about you. I am good. Just say that.
I am good.
You're all good students. And so stop your condemnation. I don't mean that you aren't to recognize your shortcomings and your errors and all that crap over. But do not tell yourself that you are bad or stupid or inept, etc., etc. You will change as you accept wisdom. No self-condemnation. I remember hearing a minister one time, and he brought 3 or 4 books and put them up here on the pulpit, and we all went, oh. And he said, don't panic, I just did these to scare you. So now what we know, we must accept that there is a creativity, that we are the ones who create the avenue called good, the clear, smooth way for your good to come to you again and again and again. You are some part of the divine. That's what Dr. Holmes wrote. He said, we are some part of the divine. And when you are ready to accept that, you are good, kind, wise, etc., and etc. All ideas, any idea that you might have of personal limitation, dissolve into nothingness and disappear. As Dr. Holmes wrote in the textbook, to know that is to overcome fear. This fear is a belief that life holds pleasure, peace, success, and heaven from us. God has never held back our good. We unknowingly, through our ignorance, have erected barriers, chokeholds, badly paved roads of life. And as always, no blame. It's just thank God I know that. We have taken the bumpy, wrong roads because of one item, our ignorance. We are, and Dr. Holmes wrote in the textbook, we are spiritual beings, but we do not know it. We do not understand it. In our ignorance, we misuse our divinity without changing or destroying it. We can never change reality. We cannot destroy it nor break its laws, but we place ourselves in such a position to it that it appears limited and unhappy. Because we've had this experience and because we have this knowledge, we have been taught to ignore it. How sad. And the truth is, we are wonderfully creating divine beings. And I'm going to go back to this quotation. To know that is to overcome fear. This fear is a belief that life withholds pleasure, peace, success, and heaven from us. The infinite, as Dr. Holmes wrote, will not be or become less than itself. We are of its nature. We did not make our own being. All we can do is to accept that the being which we are is some part of the divine. So I'm looking at a room full of divine people. Congratulate yourself for showing up. Yeah, wonderful work I am. Praying for that. So ignorance only kept us off the truth, has kept us off the avenue that I call good. It's always been there internally, signs telling us, this is what you are, this is what I see in you, this is what I revel in you. So what are the things that we put up? Discontent, feeling that something better is just around the corner. Divine discontent, as we have called it, famously. It's out there. So right now, give up the uncomfortable feeling of a yearning. It has been a burden of divine self calling to us, hey, you're on the wrong road, wake up. And I don't believe this. Well, let's get off the I don't believe crap a little bit. And let's talk about the truth. The divine self is calling to us, hey, you're on the wrong road. You took the wrong turn. Give yourself the opportunity to move into the divine avenue that I call good. There are major detours ahead of us if you keep going the way you're going. So right now, make a change. Change your thinking. Change your way of living. So we hear and move and reason so. I feel as if there's something better here. How often I've had people come to the church and they leave and they're awestruck. There's something good going on here. I want more. And of course I sign them up for classes, right? I've come to a conclusion is that the moment we accept the truth for ourselves, when you are willing to accept that you are part of the divine, I am a part of the divine. I do deserve the good, the love, the peace, the harmony, etc., all the good stuff. And you will provide within yourself an avenue through which they may happen. And so in closing, you can close your eyes or you don't have to, there's nothing. I'm not going to do anything stupid. So in closing, I now know the truth about me, that I am divine because my source is the one God. Accepting that, I open the way for my good to come to me easily, swiftly, and with perfect timing. I am truly blessed, and I thank you for blessing me with your attention.
To you afterwards very often saying, that was just what I needed to hear. And that was just what I needed to hear. And I know last month I heard people say that to you too. So the song is called The Kindest Light. I see in you courage to choose again when all of life is broken open. You reach toward the sun and let the new day begin. I see it in your heart, it's wide open. I see in you the kindest light that I've ever seen. I see in you every possibility, life abundantly, feeling happy see in you courage to choose what's kind, to stand your ground and break it all open. You reach toward the light and you'll see it inside of every angry word that's ever spoken. I see in you the kindest light that I've ever seen. I see in you every possibility. Life abundantly, feeling happy and free. And when I see you, I can believe. I see in you courage to love again, even when your heart is broken open. You reach toward the truth in everything that's ever been. Your arms are always wide open. I see in you the kindest light that I've ever seen. I see in you every possibility. Life abundantly, feeling happy and free. And when I see you, I can believe.
Original song, Reverend Gianna Joseph. Okay, so I'm going to do a closing treatment and invite, is there anybody that has a specific prayer request that you want me to include in it? Go ahead.
I want to be reunited with Miriam
Okay,
in the fall. That's
very well. Anybody else have anything specific? Go ahead.
drug addiction with my children.
Okay.
Procrastination for my children.
I didn't hear.
Procrastination.
Oh.
Healing. Mind, body, and spirit.
Employment and to continue to do well in my law studies.
I didn't hear the last part. Well, and what?
And to continue to do well in my law studies.
Law studies.
And then I went like this.
Okay, and I'd like to invite the practitioners to rise and the ministers to rise. I know that we have several practitioners here today. And so I invite us now to simply just turn within. We exhale out everything that's preceded this moment in time. And as we inhale in, we're surrounded by the power and the presence and the love of God that is everywhere present. It's here and now, it's in this place, it's in this space, it's in me, and it's in you. And it is from this place of unity and oneness and wholeness that I speak this word. Knowing that it is Spirit, it is God that made each of us perfect, whole, and complete. That none of our good, as Dr. Ruth said earlier, has ever been withheld from us. And so that includes every word that's been spoken in these prayer requests. So that I know that right where Miriam is this fall in school, Patty Deemer must be. I know that there is no drug addiction in any child, and call forth healing right here and right now for any procrastination or anything unlike God. So that can include anything that is human-made and that's not divine. For what I know is that there's always perfect God and perfect man. And when I say perfect man, I mean all men. I mean all humans. And so I rise up the children that are locked up today. I I am holding this love and light intelligence and surrender of peace for the families to be reunited. I know that there is this power and this presence and this love that makes a way where we may not be able to see a way. I call it forth to make itself shown and known right here and right now. I know that the power and presence and healing that is the truth of our body, mind, and spirit reveals itself in those that ask for that healing today. Just simply say yes.
Yes.
If you're willing to accept it, say yes.
Yes.
And if you believe it, it shall be so. And so there's perfect order and harmony in the back where Reverend Deanna is concerned. We know that perfect employment is at hand and perfect studies are at hand, whether it's for law or any other study, for it is Spirit that makes a way for all these things to be given to us for our simple asking. They're all part of the good that Reverend Dr. Ruth spoke about today. So do you accept for yourself more and more of this good now?
Yes.
Do you proclaim it as true and so for all humans in the world?
Yes.
Okay, then I think we're almost done with this prayer. Except for I'd like to ask all of us to just send love and light intelligence, see it in a way. It can be twinkling light, it can be an energy beacon, since we're just energy sources. Just see it surrounding the world now. Let's start with our center. Just extend it out from our center through Redlands, Northern California, send it to Southern California, send it to all the parts of the United States now. Just see the map of the United States in your mind's eye now. And your energy and your vibration and your spirit, the truth of each of us is that there's no borders in the world. So just see it throughout the world now. Let it go, let it flow. Call forth good. Call forth truth with the capital T. Call forth fairness, goodness with the capital G, and divine right action. I invite you to see it, know it, be it. And together we say, so it is. Amen. Okay, so let's have the ushers come forth. This is awesome because we get to take care of the center. How many years has the center been here? About 65. 65 years. So we're actually the stewards of the center. And as Ed said earlier, it's our responsibility to care for this place. And so whether you're here or not here, if you want to give, I invite you and encourage you to give generously. You can do that automatically, and so we have forms. If you want to fill them out after service, you can. If you're watching remotely, you can call a phone number and ask for Eileen, and it's 909-793-3004. And I gotta say, in our video archives, there are some people that are watching our services over 175 times. Is that you? Are you watching Deanna 175 times? Somebody is. Somebody is. Isn't that amazing? And you can do it anytime you want. So you can go to like our Facebook page, and then you can go watch the videos anytime. Isn't that awesome? And you can also be encouraged to go there and write a review. And we want that to be a truthful, honest review. We actually could use that help because we only have, I think, a handful, 3 or 4 people have done that. So if you could please do that, we'd appreciate it. And so the ushers are here. I'm going to let you go ahead and do your job right now, and we'll do a closing blessing after you come back. In fact, we'll say it as a, you want to sing the song, Marianne? That's good? Yeah.
We are each light, giving and receiving. We are each light, calling forth each golden ray. We are each light in the life we live together. We are each light, and love will guide the way. We are each divine, giving and receiving. We are each divine, calling forth a kinder way. We are each divine, here to love each other. We are each divine, and love, it guides the way. Love guides the way. Love, it guides the way.
Beautiful, thank you, Reverend Anna. And so I'll say the words, the offering blessings in your program, but I'll say it and then ask you to repeat it after me. From the love of your Spirit,
From the love of your Spirit
within me,
me,
I bless this gift.
I bless this gift.
I send it forth
I send it forward
to heal and bless and prosper.
to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my
Evidence
belief.
of my faith
And my belief.
and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Becky, come here and join me, bro.
Yeah, and so it is.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to add just one last affirmation and then we'll do the closing song. So from Dr. Ruth's notes, and if you've never seen Dr. Ruth's notes, I'm going to frame all these. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. This is from Dr. Ruth. I now know the truth about me.
I now know the truth about me,
That I am divine.
that I am divine,
Because my source
because my source
is the one God.
is the one God.
Accepting that,
Accepting that,
I open the way for my good
I open the way for my good
to come to me easily,
to come to me easily,
swiftly,
swiftly,
and with perfect timing.
and with perfect time.
I